everyone. So as part of my guide to the Huai Khwang area, or the Huai Khwang District of Bangkok, we're at the, I've just left exit 3 of the Thailand Cultural Centre MRT stop. So this is an area we frequent quite often. We can take a train or MRT from where we are at the Huai Khwang MRT, or we can walk down here in roughly 20 odd minutes. So I'm going to show you around. So there's a mall behind me, which I'll show you in a sec. That's the Esplanade Mall. It's not the biggest mall in Bangkok by any stretch, but it's a modern type mall, so you've got a bit of an idea what you're finding there. There's also cinemas in there. And behind there is the One Ratchada, or the One Ratchada Night Markets, formerly known as the train night markets. So if you're looking for the old train night markets, and sometimes they call them all train night markets. I think I looked at Jod Fairs and they had train night markets in brackets on Google. Anyway, these were the old train night markets, so are now the One Ratchada Night Market. So right behind the Esplanade Mall, which I'll show you in a sec. I can't go in. It doesn't. Mall's open at 10 o'clock here, so you don't get up to rush to go to malls. 10 o'clock in Asia is pretty standard for malls opening. So I'll show you where the night markets are right behind it, and you're walking down a little road called the Esplanade. It's literally 1 minute 40 seconds from exit 3 of the MRT here at Thailand Cultural Centre stop, but I'll show you that now. So let's go for a bit of a walk. Okay, so we're just still down the end of the area here around the exit entry 3 of the Thai Cultural Centre MRT, and we're heading in the direction of the Huai Khwang MRT. So if you're looking at a map of the railway, just to give you an idea of the direction I'm travelling in. So we're going to go up to where we often get off on entry exit 4 of the MRT here at the Thai Cultural Centre, and again it is an area we frequent quite often. As you can see, I'm going past these street stalls, almost never there on a Monday, sometimes in the weekdays, other weekdays they're only in the morning and then the evening. They're not open at lunch, and there was 1 or 2 times that they were open at lunch, but you'll see a lot more of these street stalls with food later on in the week. But not always at lunchtime. So I don't know the rhyme or reason, it's just the way that they work. But we're heading up in the direction of Big C. Now, Big C are a chain of supermarkets. They do have some mini ones. I saw one in Chiang Mai, near where we were staying in Chiang Mai, in Niman. But they've got a food court there. And as I said, I counted, I think, 7 or 8 of these in Bangkok. So there could be one in your area. And obviously, if you're staying in the area of the Thai Cultural Centre MRT, you will probably frequent this joint, as we did, because you can get street style food in here at street food prices. So if you're a bit leery of street food and you want to have some air conditioning, get out of the heat, you can come in here. Now, this area at the front here, okay, some of these stalls along here at the front, they're all cash. Okay, and then you can see the e-card sign there for the ones in the interior seating with the green. So all these ones along here are cash, and then for the e-card will be where I show you back there. You'll see all the green seating inside. That joint there, I think it was a Vietnamese, was it dumplings or noodles or something like that? Anyway, it was like a pho, but it was great. So in this area here, you use your e-card, where you put a credit on, and then if you don't use it all, you can just give the cash back, or if you're in the area and you think you're going to come back and eat here, then you can just use it again. So generally prices starting, as you can see, around the 45 baht mark, going up to about 80. I'd say the average is somewhere between 60, so around the 60 baht mark for any of the meals here, and we ate there many times. So again, if you want to come in, get out of the heat, have some good Thai food or Asian inspired food, and want to pay street food prices, check out a Big C if you're in the area. They also had all these little specialty stores here, like this bakery. There was a popcorn place that we used, the donut stall. There were some other specialty stores down here like jewelry, massage, things like that. So that was downstairs. Now in this one, you go up the elevators, and up there's like a homemaker centre on the right hand side. See if we see it. Yep, Home Pro Plus. I guess you don't really need to go in there if you're living there and you need something for your home. But on the left hand side here, you'll see the supermarket. Now I can't go in. It was a super big supermarket. Generally really good prices. So if you want to cook your own stuff, that's fine, or just buy some snacks and stuff like that, we use this here. But I was told by the staff that are kind of one of the staff there before I even went in, you're not allowed to film in there. So let's just say there was probably about 20 checkout points there as well, so it's a large one. So come in here. We bought a few things there, some things you could take back and eat back at home as well, or just snacks. Now here we are, and it's a bit of a shame. This is the street mall. It's smaller again than the Esplanade, but it does get quite busy. It's quite surprising. If you go there at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, you think, how do all the stalls, and all the shops in there survive? But if you go back, 1 o'clock for lunch, or you go back in the evening, of course there's tons of people around there. It's just the way the cultures are in Southeast Asia. It's a lot of nighttime action there especially. So unfortunately, where we just saw this big car park thing, there was a market there for the first 2 or 3 weeks we were there, and it was our favourite market. It was super cheap. So mainly food stalls. They had some beauty stalls and things like you get your nails done, that sort of stuff. But we don't know what happened to it. But they've just turned it back into a car park. Now, this mall has restaurants that are open 24 hours a day, including the Hungry Jack or Burger King? I can never remember. We have one in Australia and then one in the rest of the world. I'm probably going to be on a sign somewhere. Anyway, they're open 24 hours. So if you've been out and you're looking for a place to eat after 10 or 11 o'clock or whatever, I'm walking down to where you can get in. So there's only one entry open at a certain point. So up until say 9 o'clock or thereabouts, there's only this entry. So don't be fooled if you can't get in at the other end, the end that's closer to the Big C. There is always one open, because there's a Foodland down here who doesn't have a furniture store just amongst the food stalls and things like that? So again, pretty decent prices. I'd say in here you're probably looking around 90, 100 baht. Some stuff starts at 50, just depends what you want, but realistically it's a little bit more expensive than Big C, for instance, or the street food stalls, but by Western standards, there you go, 80 baht, 90 baht. I ate here a couple of times. They have the crispy pork and noodles and things like that. So yeah, it's all relative, isn't it? So instead of $2 at Big C's, you're going to pay $3 here or thereabouts. So I ate at that ramen joint, the hottest ramen I've ever had in my life. You fill out one of these little forms here and it's kind of freaky. You're waiting there and these little roller shutters all of a sudden pop up and an arm comes through like the Thing from Addams Family and passes out your food. So anyway, but Foodland, I'm sure it's a Foodland, I'll get to it, but see, there you go, 50 baht for the karagi bowls there. But the supermarket is also open 24 hours, so you can go in there and do a shop, get some noodles or something like that if you got the munchies or whatever you feel like sort of getting in there. So the ubiquitous bread talk, they're all over the world these days. We get them here in Australia. The mall itself is, I think, around 8 levels. We did kind of go to the top. There's another level with some food around level 6, so you can go up there and try that as well. Other than that, it's, you know, different stores like, you know, the thrift store, you know, you can get, you know, buy stuff for $1 and things like that. They had mobile phone stores. Here we go, so we got the supermarket here, and we used that a few times. Not huge. I did my little video on the price of alcohol in Bangkok there, but you know, again, it gets quite busy, so it's popular with the locals as well. So anyway, we're going to head out here now, and again we're heading in the direction of the Thai Cultural Centre MRT towards the Huai Khwang MRT stop. So along these main thoroughfares or these main roads in Bangkok, you'll see these walkovers. So there's 2 ways to get across the road. You can use, if there's a MRT stop, you can just go downstairs and there's a walkway that connects both sides of the road. So that's one I used a lot. And then, you know, there's those walkways that you can walk over the top. So this is a place we used to come to, and going straight ahead from there goes up to where we're staying in Huai Khwang MRT. So coming down here, just to give you an idea, I've probably walked about roughly 5 minutes from the Big C to get to this spot here. So if you see that seafood sign, that's your kind of reference point there. So down here, super popular with locals, a lot of stuff around the 40-50 baht mark. Street stalls, there are some seating, not a lot. A lot of it is you just grab it and take away, and as I found all over Thailand, ladies cooking up some fried chicken, you just pick the pieces you think are best. Fantastic. Wish we could do that back home. So heading down to this office block, again, it's a bit earlier in the morning because it gets really hot, so I try to do this video earlier. I knew there'd be a lot of walking. So heading down to this office block here, you know, just tons of street food joints, and I normally go down here and there'll be a guy that does pad krapao that I enjoyed, and it's 50 baht. So 34 baht to the US dollar, you get the picture. It's about $1.50, $1.60 US, along those lines. A lot of popular joints here. As I said, it's early, but you'll see if you're down here during the daytime, it gets really packed with locals. Very popular. You can come down here, sometimes there's vendors. I should say there's little Thai sweets in some of these stores, and they're normally 20 baht per packet. Okay, now I've got a guy that we're coming up to down here, a bit further down, and he does our fresh fruit. So yeah, the fresh fruit, $20 a bag, unbelievable, you know, and it's like a whole papaya, or you know, it's just fantastic. So 20 baht, whatever that is, 60 cents US or thereabouts, super cheap. So anyway, this is kind of my video to give you an idea of what you can get around the Thai Cultural Centre MRT. There are places you can book on Airbnb, for instance, if you want to stay in this area. I think the further you get away from the city, but not that far that it's inconvenient, because we're only 3 stops from Sukhumvit, you get more and more authentic, if you will. You'll see more Thai people by far than you will see tourists. There's another little store that I go out here, and I used to get a passion fruit frappe. You know, it's all fresh fruit, and it was like 40-45 for the frappe. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. That's where I get my frappes, right there. Lovely lady there that used to serve us. A few bits and pieces for, you know, 10-20 baht there you can buy as well. So well worth visiting, and a really good area to stay in if you're especially thinking of long term. However, there's plenty of hotels there, and if you're doing short term, very close if you want to go into places like Sukhumvit as well. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.